The live started like any other cozy broadcast. Army laughing in the chat, Jimin smiling gently, Jungkook relaxed at his side. Everything felt easy and familiar until mid-sentence, Jimin suddenly fell silent. He lowered his eyes, drew in a slow, steady breath, then looked back into the camera with a gaze that felt deeper, heavier than before. When he finally spoke again, his voice stayed quiet and controlled. No jokes, no playful tone, just plain, honest words. What he said sounded simple on the surface, but the weight behind it was undeniable. He opened up about emotions he'd been keeping to himself, about struggles that never make it onto stage, about life decisions that stay complicated no matter how successful or adored you are. He didn't point fingers or mention names, yet every line felt intensely personal, too real to shrug off as casual talk. The comment section, which had been racing with emojis and teasing messages, began to slow as Army recognized this wasn't an idol performing. It was Jimin as a person letting them glimpse his reality. Next to him, Jungkook started out with his usual light smile, listening like always. But as Jimin's words grew more serious, that smile faded. Jungkook went quiet, his eyes fixed on Jimin, then shifting away for a moment like he was slowly absorbing what he just heard. He didn't cut in, didn't crack a joke, didn't soften the moment. Jimin finished with a gentle but decisive closing remark, then gave a small, almost reassuring smile as if trying to ease the mood. Yet the echo of his confession had already settled over everyone watching. Fans weren't silent because they were lost. They were silent because they felt the honesty about pressure, responsibility, and how some major choices can't be explained in detail, even to the people who love you most. After a pause, Jungkook finally turned to him and nodded, slowly, deliberately. He still didn't say a word, but that small movement read like quiet agreement and respect, a way of saying he heard and accepted everything. When the live ended, clips and translations spread rapidly, and many fans admitted they were only now truly understanding the weight the members carry behind flawless performances and polished smiles. There were no follow-up explanations from Jimin, no agency clarification. He allowed that moment to stand on its own, then appeared a bit less often. Still kind, still warm, but with a subtle lightness, as if releasing those feelings had lifted something from his shoulders. Jungkook, in the days that followed, seemed more gently attentive, sitting a little nearer, lingering a bit longer, listening more carefully in quiet ways. Over time, Army came to see that this live wasn't the start of drama, but a quiet shift, a move from pretending everything is always fine to giving truth more space. In the end, that broadcast is remembered not for shock value, but for bravery. Jimin's bravery in speaking so openly, and Jungkook's in responding with thoughtful silence. A powerful reminder that beneath the fame, they are human first, and sometimes one honest sentence and one wordless reaction are enough to make the entire world pause and feel.